How you doing, Mad Dog? Been a great fan for years. I've been listening to you for years. I want to talk about the tournament.
Love to have it. Go ahead, Carson. Let me hear what's on your mind now. Fire away.
I think Oklahoma got in because of Trae Young. They wanted the star exposure. They want the higher ratings, and he's going to be a top pick, top freshman. So they wanted the ratings, so they put him in.
They will deny that. They will deny that into Kingdom Come. But the cynics out there, me and you included, probably think that had something to do with it. I'll buy that. Next, go ahead.
Yeah. And does North Carolina, they couldn't have given North Carolina an easier path to the Final Four.
Well, I think what they did there, I think if Duke had beaten Carolina the other day, and you never know with these committees, sometimes they value head-to-head, sometimes they don't. But I think if Duke would have beaten them on Friday, I think Duke would have. Now, isn't North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, they are playing in, are they in Charlotte? Are they in Charlotte that first week? No, they're in Charlotte. I think if Duke would have beaten Carolina on Friday to win the 2 out of 3, I think Duke and North Carolina would have switched. I think North Carolina would have played in Pittsburgh and Duke would have played in Charlotte. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, they got a better seeding than Virginia did as a 1, I think.
Well, you can make that argument, and that's a good point. Now, what Carson means there, Virginia's going to have to deal with, Arizona, and good call, Arizona or Kentucky early, and they got Cincinnati, who I think is a little overrated anyway. We'll talk to Peichel about that later as a 2. Now, as far as Carolina is concerned, they do have Michigan in their half of the bracket. Now, Michigan's hot. Michigan B-line is good, and that'd be a hard game. So, they do have Michigan, and then later on they have Xavier. Now, the one thing about Carolina is Xavier is by far the weakest 1 seed. Okay? Xavier is by far the weakest one, and they put him with Xavier. I do think they would have switched it if Duke would have won the game on Friday night. I might be wrong, but I just have that sense. Xavier and Tampa, Mad Dog Unleashed. Xavier, good afternoon.
Mad Dog, how you doing, man?
All right, Xavier. Thank you, pal. What's going on today? What do you have for me?
Hey, I got a couple good things for you. I'm sure I got one thing that you ain't gonna like, but I'm gonna go at it.
Go ahead.
So I was gonna rag you on the interviews that you did with Jim Boeheim and Jay Wright last night, but after that interview with Coach K, I'm gonna give you a pass because I think you should have hit Jim Boeheim with, "Hey, you only won 1 out of those 6 or 7 games against ranked teams, but you didn't touch him with
I agree with that. I think we were bad with that interview with Boeheim. I should have brought up the fact they lost to Notre Dame and got in. You're 1,000% correct. 100%. No argument.
Yeah. Now, with Jay Wright, you gave him the business, but it was all in good fun. I got a really good argument that Villanova should have been the overall number 1 seed, especially based off the BPI. I mean, I don't know why we as Nova always get a hard deal. I just don't get it.
I don't think you can make a big deal about that, Xavier. I mean, Wright got a 2 overall instead of the 1. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think you can live with that. I don't think that's that big a deal. Now, the Jay Wright thing, remember, Jay Wright, with Steve, as much as anybody, he has a long-time relationship with us. So, I did Jay Wright's games at Hofstra when they were playing for the NCAA tournament back in the, 15, 20, 25 years ago. And you got to remember that. I could basically do anything to Jay Wright. He's going to come on. I mean, he just, that's one of those guys we can have fun with. So that gets a little goofy. But Boeheim, we let him get a little pass there. Xavier hit it right on the noggin. Nice job. Lots to still do. Just getting warmed up in a busy day. Peichel later from Rutgers on the bracket. Looking forward to it. Stick with it.